What I'm going to show you in this video is basically how I analyze my trade. What I simply do is understand what price is doing on the higher time frame and then execute on the lower time frame. Now, what this means is that if price is buying on the higher time frame, I want to be looking for buys on the lower time frame. I'm going to be showing you live trade in this video. But before going to that, if you're seeing me for the first time, my name is Divine, and what I basically do on this channel is document how I trade, and as I'll show you the mindset behind my strategy. If you're something like this, I want you to like, subscribe, and as well drop a comment. I'll be right back.
Now, let's for instance say we want to analyze USD CHF. What do we do first? What's the first one we need to do? First, we need to understand what price is doing on the high time frame, and then possibly know where to buy from and know where to sell from, depending on what price is saying. Now, if price is saying we should buy on the higher time frame, that means we should be looking for buys on the lower time frame. And if price is saying we should sell on the higher time frame, that means we should be looking for sales on the lower time frame. But first, we need to understand what price is doing on the higher time frame. Now, first thing I want to do is to go to the daily time frame. This is basically how I analyze my trade every morning when I wake up. Basically this. I want to understand what price is doing on the higher time frame. Is price going up or is price going down? And if price is going down, what should you do next? If price is going up, what should you do next? Now, for us to know if price is going up or going down, we simply want to use the trend to identify where price is going to. Now, if you look at this swing low here and this swing high here, you see that price is basically in an uptrend here. Price is basically in an uptrend, right? This is an uptrend for this particular pair, USD CHF. But what is price saying? What's the trend saying? What's going on the daily time frame? Now, basically, what the trend is saying is this: that we're in an uptrend, but currently price broke below the trend, and price is currently below the trend, meaning the support is now acting as a resistance, right? This is support, but currently it's acting as a resistance at this point because price has broken out below this trend. So basically, this point is a point of resistance for this market to drop. So basically, what we're looking for is we're looking for sales on USD CHF because price is basically below the trend. Now, where do we sell from? For us to know to sell from, we want to identify the key levels to know where we're going to sell from. And where's our key level? This point is basically our key level. And the current point here is also our key level. Now, having identified the key levels, we're going to remove this particular one that gave us the trend. So we'll not have a very dirty chart. Now, basically, we're only going to focus on what price is doing from this key level, support key level. Sorry, this resistance key level to this support key level. That means we want to understand what price is doing or what price has done from this point down to this point for us to know if price is likely going to start going to this key level, because price is likely going to move from one key level to the next key level for us to know what to do. Now, basically, if price is giving us an action here for us to buy to this key level, then we're going to look for buys. Now, depending on what price is doing here, we can know if we're going to sell down or we're going to buy to the upside, right? So basically, if you're going to buy or if you're going to sell, we simply want to know what price is doing at this point here to know if you're going to buy or sell. But the thing is this: because price is in a downtrend, or because trend telling us that price is in a downtrend, we're going to be looking for a short term buy for a long term sell. All right. How do we identify that? We want to know what price is doing from this point to this point on the 1 hour time, on the 4 hours time frame. That means we want to identify the market structure from this point to this point on the 4 hours time frame. So basically, we're going to switch to the 4 hours time frame and understand what price is doing at that point. Now remember, this is support key level and this is the resistance key level. And our goal here or our aim here is to understand what price has done from this point to this point, right? Yes. Now, if you look at this structure, now, for us to determine what price is doing, we simply want to identify the swing high and the swing low. And if you look closely at this point, is the circle stuff. At this point here is a high. Look closely, here's a high, and this is the low. That means all of this stuff here, right here, all the action here price is doing here, this is simply a one swing movement, right? And when price gave us this one swing movement, price gave us another high here. So this point is another high. Now we're identifying the market structure, right? And market structure is simply made up of swing high and swing low. We've identified that this is a swing high, this is a swing low, this is another swing high, and possibly this is a swing low. This is a swing low. So basically, from here to here is simply one movement, like one straight movement. That's what it basically means. So all of the things around this point is not our concern. We have been able to identify that this point is a swing high, this is another swing low, this is a swing high, and this is a swing low. So basically, this is a high, a low, lower high, and a lower low. And remember, our interest or our focus is simply to understand what price is doing from this swing high to this swing low here, which is our key levels. We want to understand how price move from this point to this point to know what we're going to do next. Now, if you look at this point carefully, where we can identify a zone, or let me say a supply zone, because price in a downtrend is simply, first of all, we're identifying at this point here. This is my box. See here, this place. Down. First of all, we're identifying that this place is a zone. And if you look very well, you see a rally, a base, and a drop, right? That point is a supply zone. Now, another place we can identify a zone is simply at this level here, where we have a rally, the base, and this is a little drop, right? So basically, this place is also a zone. This point is a zone. And how do we know what we're going to do next right now? Are we going to sell or are we going to buy? Now, our selling or buying determines on what price is doing at this zone here now. How price is reacting to this zone. Whichever way price is reacting to this zone, we're going to know if we're going to sell or we're going to buy to this supply zone for a long-term sell. Let me recap. We want to know if you're going to buy from this point to this our supply zone here for a long-term sell. So basically, our supply zone is here, and there's also a supply zone here. So we're going to go to the 1 hour time frame and refine these two zones to know which one is likely going to hold and which one is not likely going to hold. Because basically there are two zones here, and one is likely going to act as a liquidity for the next one to hold. Alright. Now if we switch to the 1 hour time frame here, let me move the circle so we won't get confused, but remember what circle was all about. Now, if I were to refine these zones now, first of all, I want to refine this our zone here. If I were to refine this zone here, we basically see that refining this zone simply means that this point is our point of interest. That means we are looking at what price is likely going to do at this point for us to sell, right? If this is our value, if this is a supply zone here, we're looking at what price is going to do at this point for us to look for a sell. Now, the way I trade or my strategy that gives me confirmation is for price to induce liquidity around this area before this zone is going to hold. So even if price is busting up to the upside like this, there's no liquidity that's engineered here. So basically, this zone might not likely hold, right? This zone might not likely hold. So what I'm expecting for price to do now is basically sell for a while here and possibly use all of this zone as a liquidity to induce this particular one here. So basically, what I'm looking at for on this particular pair, USDCHF, is for price to do something like this. Let me get my brush. It's for price to possibly react from this zone because it's looking as if it wants to react for a short-time sell, and then possibly use this whole point here as a liquidity to trigger this supply zone here for a long-term sell. So basically, what I'm looking for in this particular pair right now is for price to give us a fake little sell that gives us hope that this point is going to sell, and then price sweep out all the liquidity here, all the channel liquidity at this point here. If you look at this plate, here is basically a trend. Here's basically a trend. So basically, what I want to see price do is for price to take a sell and possibly trigger to the upside to trigger this supply zone here. And if we are to define this zone, we simply see that this point is refined to this point here. This point is refined to this point. So basically, a good entry right now for me is this. I want to see price simply come back to this zone for a long-term sell to this key level here. Right? My stop loss rest above this point here, and possibly this point. But for us to sell, we want to see price give us a price action at this level here for us to sell. And for me, I'm looking out to buy from this point here. If price give me a confluence or a confirmation that price is likely going to buy from this point, then I can be looking to buy from this point just to take advantage of my knowledge. Do you understand? So basically, on this long run, I want to look for a long-term sell, but from at this point here, at this zone here. So if I'm going to continue trade, if I see an opportunity for a buy here, I'm simply going to be looking out for what to buy to this point here. And how do I see that opportunity? When price fake this demand, face this supply zone, fake this zone, and act as if you want to buy, I'll possibly look for an entry for a buy. Sorry, when price fake this zone and act as if you want to sell, I'll possibly look for an entry for a what? A buy. Now, my buying is based on the confidence that price is going to use all of this liquidity at this point to trigger this what? Zone here. Right? Yes, that's it. So basically, my outcome or my production for ESCHF is simply to look for a long-term sell at this zone, but there might be a short-term buy that's going to trigger all these zones out of all this liquidity here. So basically, that's it for USDCHF, and this will be the end of this video. I will see you in the next chat. Peace.